We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Wittenberg University, where today the Wittenberg Tigers take on the Kenyon Owls in women's NCAC basketball. Hi, I'm Dave Williams. Along with Jackson Lightcap, we're going to bring you all the action today. Kenyon comes in with a record overall of 3 wins, 10 losses. They are 1-1 in conference play. Wittenberg comes in with a record of 8-3, and they are 1-0 in conference. So conference play just getting underway, Jackson.
Yeah, it's going to be a big game between both of these teams and a big conference game. Kenyon, so far this season, they've been struggling, but they're led by 6'1" senior Claudia Cook down low, 15.8 points per game. She's going to have to be a difference maker.
Yeah, absolutely, and of course, excuse me, we had a moment of silence there. By the way, today is Liver Cancer Awareness Day. And now we're getting ready to have the national anthem. Back here to Pam M. Smith Arena, campus of Wittenberg University. Again, I'm Dave Williams, along with Jackson Lightcap. We're going to bring you all the action today of the Wittenberg Tigers and the Kenyon Owls. Let's have the starting lineups first for Kenyon.
5'6" senior guard from Rye, New York.
5'6" senior from Rye, New York. Guard Bella Kerslovic.
Sophomore forward from Westfield.
Michaela Rudolph, a 6-foot forward from Westville, Indiana.
5'6" sophomore guard from Columbus, Ohio.
From Columbus, Ohio, Lissa Guest. She is a sophomore, 5'6", from Upper Arlington.
5'11"
Junior from State College, Pennsylvania, Megan Lieb. She is a forward, 5'11". And Claudia Cook, Jackson told you about her. She's the center, senior, 6'1", from Chesterfield, Missouri. She averages 15.8 points per game. Megan Lieb, 1.3. Alyssa Guest averages 9 points a game. Michaela Rudolph, 8.5. And Bella Kerslovic, 3.9. For your Wittenberg Tigers, Taryn Cash from Cincinnati, point guard, averages 6.4 points per game, 5'7" junior. Jasmine Gaines Burns, 5'5", averages 12.5 points a game from the guard slot. Evie Wolshire, forward, 5'11", averages 6.7 points per game. Jade Simpson, 5'11", forward from Kentucky, averages 8.2 points per game. And Kelsey Reagan, junior guard, 5'11", averages 6 points per game. She rounds out, she also plays forward. So sit back and relax. Jackson and I bring you all the action today of the Wittenberg Tigers and the Kenyon Owls. By the way, the Wittenberg men also playing today at 2 o'clock on the road at Kenyon. By the way, our next broadcast of Wittenberg women will be Wednesday night. That should be a big game. Tigers will host DePaul right here at 5 o'clock. In fact, looking at the standings, early standings, DePaul sits top the leaderboard. The NCAC 2-0. Wittenberg, Oberlin are both 1-0. Kenyon's 1-1, and then Denison, Ohio Wesleyan, Hiram, and Worcester all at 0-1.
Certainly the best time of the season. You're right in the middle of the game. You're right in the middle of the season. Conference play starting. A lot of big games to determine the outcome of the season.
Tip goes to Kenyon with the basketball. With the basketball, Alyssa Guest. Bounce pass to Claudia Cook. Back to Alyssa Guest. Alyssa Guest. Bounce pass into Claudia Cook. Pass outside, going to Bella Kerslovic. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll be Al basketball. Go ahead.
Wittenberg, this is a team that in their last game last week against Franciscan that we saw, this was a team that was tenacious on the defensive end. They forced a lot of turnovers, a lot of assists on the offensive side. Expect the same here today.
Going up for a shot off the glass with the left hand was Claudia Cook. So the Owls dent the scoreboard first. They lead 2-0. 9:30 left to play in the first quarter. Jasmine Gaines Burns with the basketball. Over to Jade Simpson. To Kelsey Reagan. Kelsey drives. Puts up a shot, no good, got her own rebound. Goes up again with the left hand, no good. Got her rebound again, but goes out of bounds, off her hands, out of bounds.
Wittenberg, again, they played a lot of selfless basketball last week, and they also controlled the rebounding numbers as well. If they want to beat Kenyon here today, they played a complete game last Saturday at home. I expect that to carry into this game. Wittenberg, they're playing their best basketball this season, just like most teams at the NCAA Division III level.
Tigers putting a press on it. Jade Simpson with the steal. By the way, an interesting stat. Kelsey Reagan has started every game. Has yet to go to the foul line this year. Kelsey Reagan with the basketball to Taryn Cash. Taryn Cash over to Jasmine Gaines Burns. Jasmine Gaines Burns out to Kelsey Reagan. Debbie Wolshire. 10 on the shot clock into Jade Simpson. Turnaround shot with left hand up and in, and we are all tied 2-2.
Going back to that stat, Kelsey Reagan has not gone to the foul line so far this season. One of the reasons because of that, she's not a slasher. She's not one to torch you on the inside. She likes sitting outside beyond that three-point line and nailing the three. She's really good at it as well.
Yeah, she did get inside early, start the game. Claudia Cook just missed a layup, but she is fouled by Kelsey Reagan. I think that was Kelsey who got the call. So Claudia Cook's going to go to the foul line, where she's hitting 78% on her free throws this year. She averages 15.8 points per game.
Dave, it's kind of crazy to say that we're only a minute and a half, 1 minute, 33 seconds gone by in this game. It's 2-2. We're in the first quarter. Hard to say that these free throws, games are won and lost at the free throw line. So these free throws, they certainly could play an outcome later in the game that we'll be talking about.
And she just split the free throws, missed the first one, hit the second one. First game of 2024 for the girls. Jasmine Gaines Burns, three-pointer from the corner, no good. Claudia Cook with a rebound.
That's a good shot, and a shot that usually Jasmine Gaines Burn will knock down. She'll knock those down more times than not.
Steal by Kelsey Reagan. Looks like our live stats aren't working. So Claudia Cook's got all three so far for Kenyon. And Jade Simpson got the bucket for Wittenberg. So 7:57 left play in the first quarter. Jasmine Gaines Burns. Kenyon on top, 3-2. Evie Wolshire out to Kelsey Reagan. 12 on the shot clock. Kelsey Reagan, shot from top of the key, up and in.
We talked about on the other side for Kenyon that Claudia Cook is going to have to be the player to step up today for the Owls. If Wittenberg wants a chance to take down the Kenyon Owls, they have got to rely on Kelsey Reagan, especially early on.
Absolutely, and it looks like the press bothering Kenyon a little bit, but they get it in the front court. Claudia Cook with the basketball. Over to Michaela Rudolph. Michaela back to Claudia Cook. Claudia Cook makes a move in the lane. Shot up off the glass, no good. Rebound Jade Simpson, hit the glass, but that was all. Jade Simpson, nice pass to Jasmine Gaines Burns off the glass, up and in.
Beautiful cut, beautiful find. For anybody out there watching at home, that's exactly why you want to dribble up the court with your eyes up.
Absolutely, nice assist.
Beautiful find.
The Owls with the basketball. They trail 6-3. Claudia Cook with the basketball. Over to Michaela Rudolph. Michaela Rudolph to Bella Kerslovic. Bella Kerslovic to Alyssa Guest. Claudia Cook going to put up a shot, top of the key, no good, off the rim and goes out of bounds. Be Wittenberg basketball. Our first subs in the game. Ryan Burton, she is still wearing 14. The other night she wore 4. Maybe it's because it was an away game. Coming in the lineup, Anissa Hardy. 6'1" for the Owls. She's now in the ball game. And Ryan Burton again in for the Tigers. Jasmine Gaines Burns Going to drive. Still with the dribble. Nice pass to Ryan Burton. Off the glass, she scores, and she's fouled. So Ryan Burton, right off the bat, gets a nice assist from Jasmine Gaines Burns, and she scores.
And this has been a common theme more times than not so far this season for the Lady Tigers. And Lady Tigers, one thing that they have that their opponents don't necessarily have is size underneath. Not only does Wittenberg have a great starter down in the post, but they also have a couple of players that they can rotate in off the bench, and it's starting to show, especially early on in this one.
Yeah, old-fashioned three-point play as Ryan Burton hits a free throw. Now, the Owls got the ball in the front court again, but that press is really bothering them. Now, Taryn Cash with a steal. Throws it over the head of Kelsey Reagan, but she runs it down. Here come the Tigers. They have a 9-3 lead. We've played 4 minutes. 5:59. Kelsey Reagan stops, pops, 14-footer, up and in.
Makes it look easy. And go back to that steal. I said it last week. I'll say it again. Taryn Cash, the true definition of a guard. She can score. She can cause turnovers. She can have assists. She is the true quarterback and true leader of the Tigers. Look for her to make an impact as well.
Michaela Rudolph with the basketball now. Picks up her dribble. Looks into Anissa Hardy. Anissa Hardy up with the left hand, no good. Rebound comes down to Taryn Cash, and she is fouled by Anissa Hardy. Didn't mean to, but just bumped her. She went down.
I love the way that Taryn Cash plays. Every time she's out there on the floor, you can always tell she's hustling. She's always going in, and she's doing extra, and that's one of the reasons why I say she's the leader of this team. She's the quarterback. She is the true definition of a point guard. She has been great for the Wittenberg Tigers this season.
Grace Murphy into the lineup, along with Rain Hamill for Kenyon. Kenyon with 9 players here today, Jackson. McKenna Baker in the lineup for Wittenberg. Taryn Cash shot, up, no good. Rebounds knocked out of Taryn Cash's hands as she tried to get it. It'll remain Wittenberg basketball. Evie Wolshire back in lineup along with Katie Whitaker. The 6'8" or 6'5" transfer from Furman. Evie Wolshire inbound to Katie Whitaker, back to Evie. Evie Wolshire shot, up and in, about 14-footer.
The tallest player that Kenyon has on their roster is Claudia Cook with 6'1". That was because it's one of the reasons why I had her as my player to watch out for in this game. Wittenberg, they have Katie Whitaker that stands 6'5", Ryan Burton who's 6 feet. We talk about the size underneath and the height that Wittenberg has showing an impact and making an impact thus far.
Claudia Cook with a shot from the right elbow. Anissa Hardy, 6'1", too. She's also in there now for Kenyon. And you're right, that's their 2 big players. Kelsey Reagan shot from right elbow, no good. Ryan Burton with a rebound. Goes up and missed it. Nice rebound comes down to Claudia Cook. That one in and out for Ryan Burton. 13-5, Tigers up 8. 4:25 left to play in the first quarter. I'm Dave Williams along with Jackson Lightcap. Glad you're with us on this Saturday afternoon. First Saturday in January, a little snow today. 3-pointer on the way, Michaela Rudolph, no good. Goes out of bounds.
To me, it just seems like Kenyon has not found their offensive identity, and it's showing. They don't know if they want to get to the inside. They don't know if they want to try the mid-range game. They don't know if they want to try from beyond the arc. They're trying everything it takes, and it seems like nothing is working. Give props to this Wittenberg defense. We talk about how tenacious they are. Certainly proven to be that here through the first 6 minutes of this game. And I think that this timeout taken, it's going to help Kenyon out more than anything else to try to establish an offensive identity because they certainly need it here in this one.
13-5, Wittenberg on top. 4:12 left to play in the first quarter. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
I don't need giant stadiums. I don't need to be lectured. The world telling me how it's all falling apart before I've even gotten started. What I need is my own pen. I need mentors, advisors, and brilliant minds who put just as much into my success as I do. I need more than a university. I need a partner who believes that a higher education takes all of us.
Welcome back to Pam Emmons Smith Arena. I'm Dave Williams along with Jackson Lightcap. We're here bringing you all the action today. The Wittenberg Tigers as they take on the Kenyon Owls. Other games today on the women's side, DePaul is at Hiram, Worcester is at Denison, and a real good one over in Delaware is Oberlin against Ohio Wesleyan. That should be a dandy this afternoon. And by the way, all these games, they start at 2 o'clock. And the Wittenberg men are playing today at 2 o'clock on the road at Kenyon. All right, McKenna Baker, Evie Wolshire, Jasmine Gaines Burns, Ryan Burton, and Katie Whitaker out there for the Tigers. Ball's almost stolen. In fact, it is stolen away. Rain Hamill with it. Grace Murphy out there also backing up with the basketball is Alyssa Guest. Megan Lieb with the basketball over to Alyssa Guest. Inside, ball almost knocked away from Cook, Claudia Cook. Or make that Megan Lieb, I'm sorry. Long three-pointer put up. No good. Clock was running down, so they threw one up.
I just don't see the offensive game plan right now from Kenyon, even coming out of that media timeout and that break. When you look at the offensive side, you want to work it into the post and kick it back out. That's working north and south. Right now, they're just doing a lot of handoffs and working east and west around that three-point line, and Wittenberg's not budging.
And right now, they've got actually their best player out, Claudia Cook. She's out of the lineup. We've got Megan Lieb. We've got Anissa Hardy. We've got Rain Hamill. We've got Grace Murphy. We've got Alyssa Guest out there for Kenyon. Evie Wolshire inbound. Tigers up 13-5. They trail 2-0 and 3-2. But since then it's been, and now driving in, scoring Jasmine Gaines Burns, and she's fouled, and she's going to have a shot for an old-fashioned three-point play. Jasmine is 60% from the foul line this year. Shoots 48% from the field, 39% from the three, 60% from the foul line.
What an addition Wittenberg has had with her so far this season. She's come in, she has provided an impact for the Wittenberg Tigers, and now the Tigers up by 10 already.
Yeah, 15-5. She did miss the free throw. She's right around, again, 60%. Now ball almost stolen away by the Tigers. Shot put up from left corner, no good. That shot was put up by Megan Lieb. McKenna Baker with the basketball for the Tigers. Knocked out of bounds. Rain Hamill knocks it away. Now back in line, Claudia Cook's back in. Also Bella Kerslovic's back in. And also, it looks like number 15, Michaela Rudolph.
Looks like Kenyon's trying to get a little bit more aggressive on the defensive side, something to watch out for.
Yeah, they joined Megan Lieb. Now a nice drive by Jasmine Gaines Burns. And again, she scores. And I don't think Mary Corbett liked that. Second-year coach from Kenyon. She quickly calls timeout. Of course, Melissa Colby, the second-year coach here at Wittenberg, she has done a fabulous job in her 2 years at Wittenberg. She's assisted by Sam McKay. And that timeout was quick. They're done already.
And I'm sure it was just a regroup and get back together sort of timeout for Kenyon and the Owls. Kenyon, that was, I'll be blunt about it, that was terrible help side defense.
Yes.
There was nobody there in the post to help with the drive by Jasmine Gaines Burns. It resulted in the easiest layup that she'll probably have of her entire career. And I'm sure that's Kenyon and their coaching staff wanting to come together and just mentally resetting before taking the floor again, or else this one could slip away rather quickly for Kenyon.
17-5, Wittenberg on top. We've still got 2.5 minutes to play here in quarter number one. Inside, Claudia Cook gets it outside. Bella Kerslovic dishes back and stolen away by McKenna Baker. She steals a pass. Quickly 1-on-2. Goes up for layup and up and in. McKenna Baker.
That was tremendous in transition defense there. That was great defense. That was Claudia Cook was there on the defense. You can't ask for better defense. Just a tremendous finish there for Wittenberg.
Yeah, and she didn't use the backboard. She just threw it up and now shot is short. Carly Moore in the lineup for the Tigers. She grabbed the rebound. Jade Simpson from beyond the foul line. Shot no good. Nice block out by Claudia Cook. She gets the rebound. It's too bad her live stats are, because I think Claudia Cook's, she must have 5 or 6 rebounds already. With the basketball backing up is Michaela Rudolph. Over to Claudia Cook. Over to Alyssa Guest. Back to Claudia Cook. Claudia Cook makes a drive on Jade Simpson. Tries to pass it and throws it away. Good defense by Jade Simpson to block her off.
You can see the zone now for Wittenberg is certainly giving Kenyon problems. Wittenberg at the very beginning of this one was going man-to-man defense, and that's when Kenyon was able to score early on. Right around that 7-minute mark is when I saw them switch into the 2-3 zone right now that they are currently playing, and it has given Kenyon fits. Kenyon, they have not scored, believe in about the last 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's been a long
time.
Taryn Cash back in lineup, and nice pass underneath to Jade Simpson, but she's got kind of a bad, she travels. Or no, 3 seconds, I'm sorry. It's a pretty good pass there by Kelsey Reagan, but then she got too far under the bucket and had trouble, and she couldn't get out of there. Call her for 3 seconds.
Jade Simpson, you can't really put much blame on her on that one. She looked to try to dish it back out to the perimeter, but nobody was there for the Tigers. So Simpson, she just had to try to make something out of nothing.
Belliker Slovic, Tigers now in the zone, looks like, or he's shifting back into man-to-man now. Claudia Cook goes up off the glass and in. Claudia Cook with point number 6 and 7.
That's more what that's more what Kenyon's offense has got to do. That ends the drought. We're waiting to see if that could spark a little bit of a run. Only a 12-point game, and we're in the first quarter.
So, Jackson, that tells us the score is Wittenberg. Well, they just hit another one, 21, and it's Claudia Cook 7 because Claudia Cook has every point.
I think it's safe to say your offensive game plan has got to go around Claudia Cook. And now with run down this time as much as possible. Obviously, Wittenberg's going to have another possession, but try to get Cook involved as much as possible. See if you can start some magic, because you get her on the inside starting to score frequently, Wittenberg's defense is going to collapse to the inside. That's when you can kick it out and get your shooters wide open from beyond the arc.
Claudia Cook got called for an offensive pick there. Give the ball back to the Tigers. So we have Jasmine Gaines-Burns, got Taryn Cash, we got Carly Moore, Kelsey Reagan and Jade Simpson out there right now. Looks like Michaela Rudolph, Claudia Cook, Alyssa Guest. Belliker Slovic went out now. I think it may be Rain Hamill back in there. She is. Rain Hamill's back in there. Tigers up 14, 21-7. Like a football score. 11 seconds left. Also in there, Alyssa Guest. Yeah, we talked about that. Taryn Cash out. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Almost a rebound by Carly Moore, but she lost it out of bounds. That three-pointer was put up by Kelsey Reagan. So we played 10 minutes in the books. Your score is Wittenberg 21 and Kenyon 7. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
I'm thrilled to be at Wittenberg at this time and place, as the university is perfectly positioned to welcome an esports program like none other. Wittenberg's impressive athletics tradition and Tiger Up spirit, mixed with a strong commitment to student success, will allow for a program that competes at the highest level while also caring deeply for each player, both personally and professionally. Esports at Wittenberg will not only be about gaming, but will also be about changing the game. Together, we will build a supportive, dynamic community as we bring our own distinct light to the global phenomenon of esports right here in Springfield, Ohio. It's time to Tiger Up. Let's go.
All right, back here at Pam M. Smith Arena, getting ready to start period number 2. Carly Morgan inbound to Taryn Cash. Kelsey Reagan, Jade Simpson, and Jasmine Gaines-Burns still out there. Again, we apologize. We'll be getting some stats here, I'm sure, at halftime and at the end of the game. Jasmine Gaines-Burns, short jumper, no good. Carly Moore with a nice rebound. The Bethel B is a block, though, on her shot. Nice block by Claudia Cook.
True freshman staying at home in the Dayton region, coming to Springfield to play at Wittenberg University. She's going to be something special. She's already been something special this season for the Lady Tigers.
Going up for a shot, Jasmine Gaines-Burns fouls. I think that's Alyssa Guest that just got fouled. She's going to go to the line for 2. Again, from Upper Arlington, Alyssa Guest. And she hits 80% from the foul line. So they are 1 for 2 from the foul line. So this could be the first person to score besides Claudia Cook for the Owls.
You know, when I look at a specific player, I can tell a lot about their game with how well they shoot at the free throw line. If they're a good free throw shooter, in my opinion, I think that is the most important stat that you can have in the sport of basketball, because they call them free throws because they're free. They're supposed to be free points.
Thank you. So She hit the first one, missed the second one. Three-pointer put up by Jasmine Gaines-Burns. She's got 9 points, so she's 1 point away from being in double digits already with 9:05 left to play in the first half.
Kenyon, they need somebody to start to step up because Claudia Cook, she's got 7 of the 8 points. They need somebody else stepping up when it comes to the scoring numbers.
Claudia Cook puts up a shot, no good. Rebound, Jade Simpson. Here come the Tigers. Ahead to Jasmine Gaines-Burns, back to Taryn Cash. Inside, Carly Moore puts up a shot. She is fouled. Carly Moore's going to go to the foul line. She's fouled by Michaela Rudolph. Carly Moore has been the foul line 7 times this year, and she's hit 6. She is 6 for 7. Back in lineup, Grace Murphy and Anissa Hardy for Kenyon Owls. Also, we have some subs in there for Wittenberg. Evie Wolshire back in. Katie Whitaker back in. Free throw on the way, no good. So that was the old jinx, I guess. She was 6 for 7, but she missed that one. Carly. Second free throw on the way, and that one's in.
Carly Moore last season in her senior year of high school at Bethel High School averaged 15.6 points per game, and this was a player that you talk about her free throw shooting percentage. She was 100 for 144 last season. She got to the line quite a bit. That's 69%.
Yes.
So Carly Moore, she is certainly something special for the Wittenberg Tigers. And I mean, when you average 15.6 points per game your senior year of high school in a tough conference as well, it speaks highly on the caliber of player you are.
Reid Hamill puts up a 3 and it's short, goes out of bounds. Wittenberg with the basketball. Let's see, we've got back in the lineup for Wittenberg, Ryan Burton and Katie Whitaker. Katie Whitaker shot from left elbow, short. Rebound, Taryn Cash. Almost has stolen away, now it's loose on the floor. Picked up by Ryan Burton. Kelsey Reagan starts to drive, dishes off. Ryan Burton shot from the right elbow. Bounces around, no good. Katie Whitaker with the rebound. Turnaround shot up and in.
Looks like Wittenberg, they're trying to go more size down low, especially with Whitaker and Ryan Burton out there as well. So expect the rebound numbers in favor of Wittenberg, just like we saw right there.
Wittenberg already up 19 points. And a nice shot up and in by Anissa Hardy. And she's fouled by Katie Whitaker. So Anissa Hardy's going to have a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. Bella Kerslovic back in the lineup for Kenyon. She joins Grace Murphy out there, Anissa Hardy, Claudia Cook. Free throw, missed it. Rolled off the rim. Rebound, Katie Whitaker. 27-10, Tigers up 17. Ryan Burton with a basketball. Shot, good defense right there by Claudia Cook. That shot was short off the rim. Tigers with a 17-point lead. Their biggest lead so far has been 19. Bella Kerslovic, a long three, just barely grazes the rim. Tigers with a rebound. Nice pass to Katie Whitaker, but almost a nice steal by Bella Kerslovic. But the ball goes out of bounds.
Kerslovic, that was not the shot that you want. You had plenty of time in the shot clock at the other end of the floor. And ultimately, they should have tried to find a better shot.
Nice pass in there to Katie Whitaker. They kind of fell asleep on defense. She had an easy put back, and for the bucket. Tigers up 19 again, 29-10. Yeah, you're right. She came down, took a three right away.
Just trying to do a little bit too much. You can't get back in this game just from one shot.
Alyssa Guest, shot put up, no good. Rebound, Ryan Burton. Yeah, you're right. Too many teams think they can. You know, when you're down, you just got to take it possession at a time. Kelsey Reagan shot no good. Ryan Burton with a rebound. She just got fouled, I think, by Claudia Cook. So Ryan Burton's going to go to the line.
We still have 6 minutes and 45 seconds left in the second, and it just looks like Kenyon, I can't tell if they're fatigued out there on the floor. They don't have as deep as a bench as Wittenberg does, so that could be a factor. Yeah. Or if they look at the scoreboard, they already see that they're down by 19. But to me, it just seems like they're not playing as hard as what they should be, and they're taking bad shots on the offensive side. They're getting lazy on defense, committing a lot of fouls, and certainly it's plaguing the Owls currently in this game right now.
Yeah, they only have 9 players here today. Ryan Burton splits the free throws. She was at 74% coming in. McKenna Baker back in lineup. Taryn Cash going to get a break. You know, we haven't seen today, and I don't know if she's down there, is Maddie Barnett. Unless maybe she's under the weather or she's not here today. Alyssa Guest, steal by McKenna Baker. McKenna Baker going down court. McKenna Baker up with the left hand, missed it. Good try, just didn't fall. If she'd have scored, that would have been the second time she stole a pass and went down and scored.
McKenna Baker, you mentioned the loss of Maddie Barnett for today. It seems as if McKenna Baker has been getting some of her minutes, and outside of that miss, she's ultimately been able to step up for the Wittenberg Tigers and making the most of them.
And another steal.
Again.
Yeah, another steal. Just when you were talking about her, Jackson. Nice pass underneath to Ryan Burton, up and in. Great. Go ahead. Great pass by Evie Wolshire.
McKenna Baker must have heard us up here or something, because what a tremendous what tremendous timing, what a tremendous pass jump, able to intercept the pass and result in assist at the other end of the floor.
Alyssa Guest with the basketball. And I can't tell if Maddie's down there or not because everybody has they don't have a lot of them that aren't in the game have their shirts on, so you can see their numbers.
McKenna Baker also just forced that travel as well.
Wow. She's been a force in the ball game.
She's got some quality minutes so far this season, but it seems as if she's getting a little bit more playing time in this one because Maddie Barnett has not checked into the game, and it looks like she's not even here.
Yeah. McKenna Baker with the basketball. The Jade Simpson shot put up. No good, short. Pass down court. Now another turnover. That was Megan Lieb, tried to hit Anissa Hardy, and pass got away. Jade Simpson with the basketball. Inside, Ryan Burton. Ryan Burton off the glass, up and in. Rolled around, but it fell through. So Ryan Burton now has 8 points in the ball game. Jasmine Gaines Burns with 9, and now the Tiger lead at 24. Michaela Rudolph, layup, up and in. Michaela Rudolph for the bucket.
It's a good drive. That's a good shot.
She averages 8.5 points a game. That's her first points today. McKenna Baker, 3 on the way, no good, short. Pass way down court to Michaela Rudolph. She's going in. Left hand blocked by Jade Simpson. What a great block by Simpson.
Great transition defense there by Simpson, not giving up on the play, was able to reject that one, swat it back.
Great pass by Evie Wolshire to Ryan Burton. Ryan Burton now double figures with 10.
We talk about how selfless the Wittenberg Tigers are, and the perfect example of that is Evie Wolshire. Wolshire, I cannot tell you how many times, not just in this game, not just over the last couple of weeks, but all season long, although the scoring has not been there for Wolshire, she has been able to help and contribute her team in other ways, such as the assists and such as forcing turnovers on the defensive side. She's played as much as an impact as some of the leading scorers for Wittenberg has as well.
You know, the Tigers have really been shooting well this year. Now, we did get the stats from the first quarter. They brought them up to us. Now, this is first quarter stats, but Tigers 10 for 19, 53%, where Kenyon was 3 of 10 for 30%. The Tigers been hot recently at home. They've had some good games. Seems like they're always shooting over 50% in the first half. On the season, they're at 42%. On the year, 28% from the 3 and 69% from the foul line. I know your goal is to try and hit 70% of your free throws, but the Tigers with that good first quarter and doubled them up in rebounds 8-4.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at Kenyon and take a look at how many open shots Wittenberg is getting. A lot of these shots and a lot of those field goals that Wittenberg's cashing in on have not been wide open looks. A lot of them, Kenyon and the Owls have had hands and defenders in the face, and Wittenberg, it just does not matter. They had the shooter's touch, they had the rhythm, they had the confidence. Very important, especially when you start conference play. And I said it last week, I'm going to say it again. Wittenberg keeps playing like this. I don't know if there's any team in the NCAC that could take them down.
Well, they always have great games with DePaul, and they play DePaul here Wednesday night, so that's going to be a dandy. Olivia Cook up and in. Or Claudia Cook, excuse me. Claudia Cook up and in. Claudia Cook now with 9 points, so she's 1 point shy of 10. Now we've got a whistle. Let's see what this one's all about. It's foul on Kenyon. Picking it up is Rain Hamill. Only their third team foul. There have been a whole lot of fouls in the ball game.
Now since you said that, you just jinxed it. We're going to have
you're right.
Probably 20 in the final 4 minutes.
There we go. Jasmine Gaines Burns. just missed a layup, but she gets fouled. Yeah, you're right. I never should have said that.
I think we've had too many fouls in this game.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Yeah. Megan Lee picks up the foul. It does seem like most of the fouls when they've had them has been shooting fouls. So we have had some free throws in this game. Jasmine Gaines-Burns, again, free throw line up and in. She now has 10 points. Looking for point number 11. She and Ryan Burton both with 10 points here in the first half. Make it 11 for Jasmine Gaines-Burns.
Most important free throws you can shoot anytime at the line. They definitely come back, and they'll haunt you later in the games, or they'll help you out later in the games, depending on if you can execute on them or not.
Jasmine Gaines-Burns picks up a reach-in foul. That's her second foul, so she's probably going to leave for the rest of the half. Only 3:42 left to play in the first half. Kelsey Reagan back in lineup for the Tigers. Michaela Rudolph, who got fouled, is going to inbound the ball. And nice steal by Carly Moore. They tried to get it to Claudia Cook, but Carly Moore was alert, picked it off. That's another thing we'll take a look at definitely at halftime is how many turnovers. Pass inside to Jade Simpson. Shot no good. Rebound comes down to Michaela Rudolph.
That was a beautiful move there by Jade Simpson. She caught it. She knew exactly what she wanted to do. Just missed the shot. You're going to have possessions like that, but a great move. Able to create your shot. Just next time we'll see if she comes away with a make.
38-14 inbound to Claudia Cook, and she loses it off her leg out of bounds. It'll be turnover. Give the ball back to Wittenberg with 3:06 left to play here in the first half here at Pam M. Smith Arena.
Jade Simpson so far in this one, I know that she hasn't put up glaring stats on the offensive side, but she has been a force to be reckoned with on the defensive side. She's the one who poked that last ball away and gave possession right back to the Wittenberg Tigers. It wouldn't surprise me if she's had 3 or 4 caused turnovers alone just in the first half.
2:58 left to play in the first half. Kelsey Reagan picks up her dribble. Over to Jade Simpson. Back to Kelsey Reagan. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound. Carly Moore tried to get it, but coming down went Michaela Rudolph. Carly Moore, I should say, had pretty good position. Just couldn't quite bring that one down. Carly Moore again from Bethel. Out to Bella Kerslovic. Alyssa Guest. Back to Michaela Rudolph. 5 on the shot clock. Across. Shot put up. No good. That one was put up by Megan Lee, but a nice rebound by Claudia Cook, but she couldn't score. Missed a shot. Carly Moore with the rebound. Came down court. Oh, nice pass to Carly Moore, but a great block by Claudia Cook. Poor Carly Moore, she's had a couple of really nice passes to her underneath the bucket, but Claudia Cook's blocked them both times.
Yeah, Carly Moore, though, she's tenacious. She's just going to continue to take those shots. She's smiling it off at the other end of the floor. I think she knows everything that you just said, joking with some of her teammates.
Katie Whitaker, another inbound passer where they kind of fall asleep. She has a short shot up and in. Yeah, I think Carly Moore is going to be a good player in her time here.
Second time Wittenberg's come back with that inbound play to Katie Whitaker. And when you got a player in the post that stands 6'5", why not continue to go back to it?
Yeah.
I don't think Kenyon's fallen asleep. I think that there's just no possible way that they can defend it because they don't have the size to match up with Katie Whitaker.
Another turnover on Kenyon. The Owls really had a tough first half. They scored 7 points in the first quarter, and they have 7 points in this quarter.
Consistent.
Evie Wilshire, 3, no good. Wittenberg scored 21 in the first quarter. They've scored 19 so far in this quarter. 40-14, Tigers lead. Bella Kerslovic over to Michaela Rudolph. Pass to Anissa Hardy, but she is fouled by Katie Whitaker.
Whitaker, she was trying to go up and swat the ball away, but accidentally got tied up in the arms there. No question about it. Definitely a foul. It looked a little bit more malicious than what it was. Completely unintentional. Just going for the ball, trying to make a play on the ball. Wrong place, wrong time.
Now almost another steal by Carly Moore. Carly Moore's been very active out there, defensively and on the boards. You know, you don't always have to score. to contribute.
And as a true freshman, that is exactly how you earn some playing time. Carly Morris, she has fought tooth and nail to try to get more playing time this season. And the reason why she's getting as much playing time as she is, which is a lot considering she's a true freshman, is because she is tenacious and she'll make plays like that.
Yeah, doing a good job. By the way, both teams now with 4 fouls. So if we do get another foul, we'll be finally in the bonus. With the basketball, Alyssa Guest out top. Michaela Rudolph thought about a 3, thinks better of it. Bella Kerslovic underneath Anissa Hardy, no good. And again, that was Carly Moore with great defense.
Great defense up and down, just like they teach you.
With the basketball, Kelsey Reagan, the Taryn Cash. Less than a minute to play in the first half. Taryn Cash goes in, scores, and she's going to go for an and one.
Taryn Cash, she's well rested. She spent the majority of the second quarter on the bench, and again, she's a true competitor for the Wittenberg Tigers. She plays tough defense. She's willing to be able to give up the ball. She likes her assist numbers. She's able to score when you need her to. She's the true definition of a guard.
Yeah, and she got the old-fashioned three-point play. So she has 3-point. Yeah, she's a terrific point guard. She really runs the offense well. Alyssa Guest to Anissa Hardy. And now they throw it away again. Poor Kenyon. They have had. We'll have to wait and see their turnover numbers. But, man, they have really turned the ball over a lot here in this quarter. They only had 2 or 1 in the first quarter, according to the stats. Or, no, I'm sorry, 6. I was looking at the wrong column. All right, 30 seconds play here in the first half. About an 8-second difference between shot clock and the game clock. Tigers with their biggest lead at 29. Pass underneath, Katie Whitaker. Katie Whitaker goes up. They're going to call for an offensive foul.
Yeah, Dave, she lowered the shoulder. Anytime you lower the shoulder and try to back your way up like that, it's a no-brainer. They're going to call that every single time. You can't lower the shoulder. The moment you lower the shoulder, you're going to run into some foul problems.
And that is team foul number 5 on Wittenberg, but, of course, it's an offensive foul. So it's no shooting foul. She leaves the lineup. Ryan Burton back in there. Anissa Hardy rolls it in to Alyssa Guest, who now picks it up. Bounce pass, Michaela Rudolph. Over to Alyssa Guest. Now steal by Taryn Cash. That was an easy steal for Taryn. She saw that one all the way. She drives down and scores. So she's got the last 5 points of the first half, and your score at halftime is a total blowout here, Jackson. 45-14, Tigers up 31 points.
Just like last Saturday when they played Franciscan, we mentioned that game against Franciscan was going to be a great game heading and a great confidence boost for the Lady Tigers of Wittenberg, and it certainly has proven to be that into conference play. And, we talk about the tough conference schedule of the NCAC that starts off really today and then moving into their game on Wednesday and even forward at that. It's going to be a tough slate of games for the Wittenberg and the Lady Tigers, but at the same time, when you're playing like this, your confidence level is going to be through the roof heading into those games, which is just going to help you out in the long run.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the individual scoring, and then we'll come back a couple of minutes before the start of the second half. We'll give you the team numbers. But scoring for Kenyon in the first half, Anissa Hardy had 2. Alyssa Guest had 1. Michaela Rudolph had 2. And leading scorer for the Owls, 9 points, Claudia Cook. In fact, she scored the first 7 points of the ball game for the Owls. For Wittenberg in the first half, 4 points for Kelsey Reagan, 6 for Katie Whitaker, 4 points for Jade Simpson, 1 point for Carly Moore. Evie Wolshire had 1 basket for 2 points. Ryan Burton with 10 points at halftime. Jasmine Gaines-Burns, 11. McKenna Baker, 2. And Taryn Cash with 5. So once again, I'm Dave Williams. I'm with Jackson Lightcap. We're here at halftime. Wittenberg on top, 45-14. We're going to be back in about 11 minutes or so, and we'll give you all the team stats from the first half. You're listening to Wittenberg Basketball on your Wittenberg Sports Network, powered by TKDS Sports.
To rise above the competition, generations of Wittenberg Tigers have been encouraged to reach down deep for something more. More than skill or strength, more than precision or power, they were asked to do something extra, something beyond themselves. They needed to tiger up. Coined by a Hall of Fame coach and chanted repeatedly for decades since, Tiger Up serves as the rallying cry for championship teams and All-American performances. It calls us to greater determination and an unwavering spirit. To wear the red and white of Wittenberg is an honor, a tradition of excellence to uphold. So is the opportunity to Tiger Up. It's more than a phrase, it's a legacy that binds us, uniting us in victorious celebration and spurring us on to greater heights, even in defeat. Tiger Up echoes across campus, bridging the past and the present as we stand together as Wittenberg Tigers. With the trademark now officially ours, we embrace a new era where the roar of the Tigers resounds louder than ever before. And through it, we will continue to define what it means to compete at the highest levels, inspired by tradition and in full embrace of a promising future. Tiger Up.
I don't need giant stadiums. I don't need to be lectured. The world telling me how it's all falling apart before I've even gotten started. What I need is my own pen. I need mentors, advisors, and brilliant minds who put just as much into my success as I do. I need more than a university. I need a partner who believes that a higher education takes all of us.
I'm thrilled to be at Wittenberg at this time and place, as the university is perfectly positioned to welcome an esports program like none other. Wittenberg's impressive athletics tradition and Tiger Up spirit, mixed with a strong commitment to student success, will allow for a program that competes at the highest level while also caring deeply for each player, both personally and professionally. Esports at Wittenberg will not only be about gaming, but will also be about changing the game. Together, we will build a supportive, dynamic community as we bring our own distinct light to the global phenomenon of esports right here in Springfield, Ohio. It's time to Tiger Up. Let's go.
Welcome back to Pam Emmons Smith Arena. I'm Dave Williams along with Jackson Lightcap. Wittenberg on top 45-14. We talked about we're going to go through the numbers here in the first half numbers. First for Kenyon. They shot 3 of 10 from the floor 6 of 21 in the first half for 28%, actually 29 when you round it up. Wittenberg had a great shooting half, 19 of 41, 46%. As far as free throws go in the first half, Wittenberg was 6 of 9, 67%, 2 of 5 for Kenyon at 40%. Kenyon did not hit a 3, took 4, and 4 shots, and Wittenberg was 1 for 6 from 3 for 17%. Rebounds in the first half, Wittenberg leads at 20-13. Rebounding leader Ryan Burton with 5, Jade Simpson with 4. 6 rebounds for Claudia Cook in the first half. She had 6 of the 13 for Kenyon. As far as assists, 6 for Kenyon, 14 for Wittenberg. Turnovers, Wittenberg only had 3 turnovers in that first half, Jackson. Great half for turnovers. 15 turnovers for Kenyon in that first half. 1 steal for Kenyon, 9 steals for Wittenberg in the first half. So right now things looking good for the Tigers. By the way, Tigers' biggest lead was this 31-point lead. Kenyon biggest lead at 2. Points off turnovers, Kenyon with 2, Wittenberg with 14. Points in the paint, Wittenberg 28-12. Second chance points, Wittenberg 10. Kenyon nothing. Fast break points, Wittenberg 8. Kenyon nothing. And points off the bench, again, they don't have a big bench, they just 4. Wittenberg all over that, 19-2.
Yeah, one thing Kenyon has to do is it seems like multiple times back in that first half they tried getting themselves back in this game off one shot. You're down by 31. You cannot hit a 31-point basket to get you back in this game. Just chip away. Try to go on a couple of runs. Try to get this lead, I'd say, down to, we're say, 20 at the 5-minute mark or 3 to 5 minute mark here this third quarter, and we'll go from there.
All right, so we're back into action here in the third quarter. Kenyon with the basketball start second half. Alyssa Guest with the basketball, the Upper Arlington graduate, to Claudia Cook. Claudia Cook goes up with the left hand, no good. Rebound, Evie Wolshire. Good move by Claudia Cook, Jackson, just didn't fall.
Kenyon's got to come out of the locker rooms here in the second half, practically shot out of a cannon, because if Wittenberg's able to strike first and go on the first run here in the second half, it certainly is going to play a confidence loss in the Kenyon Owls.
Kelsey Reagan shot no good, but Wittenberg gets the rebound. Evie Wolshire with the basketball. Over to Kelsey Reagan. Kelsey Reagan. Kenyon in a zone now. Evie Wolshire shot from left elbow, no good, but Jade Simpson with a rebound. Wittenberg controlling the boards here, Jackson.
Yeah, and certainly that hasn't only helped them get second chance points and help increase their lead, but it's also helped them take down more time of the clock as well.
Jasmine Gaines-Burns three-pointer, no good, but the ball bounced out of the hands of Michaela Rudolph, and Wittenberg got it back, and now we have a jump ball, and it's going to belong to Wittenberg.
Great hustle there by Jasmine Gaines-Burns. I mean, even when you're up by 31, sometimes your team, when you're up by 31, you don't go for those hustle rebounds. Wittenberg, they're different. They do go for the hustle rebounds. They continue to play like it's a 2-point game, and that they're down by 2 points, and you got to give all credit to that by the coaching staff, having them ready to play in any situation of the game.
Jasmine Gaines-Burns went in for a drive, and the ball off the back of the rim didn't fall. Now the other way, another turnover as a charge is called on Kenyon. That was Alyssa Guest. That's her first foul. And we're at 45-14. We played a little over a minute here in the third quarter. Nobody scored yet. Still the same score as halftime, 45-14. Jasmine Gaines-Burns open for a 3 from left corner, no good. Rebound comes down to Claudia Cook. Claudia Cook. Over to Megan Lieb, or Alyssa Guest, excuse me. Bella Kerslovic. Bella Kerslovic with the basketball. Claudia Cook with the ball, drive, and they're going to have a jump ball, and it'll go to Kenyon. Wittenberg just had the last alternating possession. Alyssa Guest going to inbound it.
Only 3 seconds on the shot clock, so I'd expect them to draw up a play coming out of this baseline inbound.
Alyssa Guest to Michaela Rudolph, and she is fouled. I think, well, let's wait. I think it's Kelsey Reagan, but don't know for sure. It's not Kelsey Reagan. Jasmine Gaines-Burns.
Yeah, Jasmine Gaines-Burns, it looked like she came from behind and kind of hooked the arm there of Michaela Rudolph. Michaela Rudolph, these are important free throws upcoming. You're down by 31, 7:44 left to play in the third. Obviously, still a lot of basketball to be played, but you cannot waste any time. And the best way to get yourself back into a game is shooting when the time is not running. What other situation can you score when the time's not running? Other than the free throw line. Big free throws coming up now for Kenyon.
Michaela Rudolph, 69% free throw shooter. Hit the first one, hit the second one. Nothing but net. 2 good shots. All right, so Wittenberg with the ball, up 45-16. Taryn Cash, Debbie Wolshire. Ryan Burton back in lineup for Jasmine Gaines-Burns. When she picked up that third foul, she left. Shot is blocked by Claudia Cook. We're going to have another jump ball. Wow. I think it's a jump ball. I don't think they're calling a foul. It is a jump ball. Be Wittenberg possession.
Going back to Kenyon's offense real quick, we talk about Claudia Cook, the player to watch out for, averaging 15.8 points per game. Certainly has been that. But you also take a look at some of the players that need to step up. Alyssa Guest and Michaela Rudolph combined for 17.5 points per game this season. Right now in this one, they so far have combined for 5.
Yeah. And Ryan Burton just scored just like Katie Whitaker did in the first half. She just got right in the middle of the lane on the inbound, and they just threw it over. She had a real short shot and scored. She now with 12 points in the ball game. Michaela Rudolph's shot is partially blocked by Kelsey Reagan, or make that Evie Wolshire, with the block. Taryn Cash with the basketball. Tries to go underneath, and ball's knocked out of bounds by Claudia Cook. Nice play by Claudia Cook. Anissa Hardy back in lineup, along with Grace Murphy. One thing, Kenyon may be getting drilled, but they're still playing hard out there, Jackson.
Yeah, certainly. They're still playing hard, and that's exactly what you're going to get in conference play. Conference play, it's a whole different ballgame than when you play outside of the NCAC.
And I think if the game keeps going like this, we're going to see a lot of Wittenberg players in that fourth quarter, much like we did the last game we were here. Evie Wolshire just got fouled on a drive to the bucket. She's going to go to the line for 2. Evie on the year is 75% free throw shooter. She's got 2 points in a ball game. But she's done a nice job. Again, we talk about you don't have to score all the time. Evie's got 7 assists in the first half alone. Free throw up and in. So as you talk about, it's like 14 points.
Yeah, assists, they're just as important as points. A more underrated stat in the sport of basketball. Everybody cares about points per game, but you could certainly tell a lot about of a player when it comes to assists per game as well.
Second free throw was missed. Tigers get the rebound. Kelsey Reagan puts up a 3. No good. Too strong off the back of the rim. McKenna Baker up off the bench. She's getting ready to check back in for the Tigers. Tigers up 48-16. They have tripled the score right now on Kenyon. Claudia Cook with the basketball. Inside and now a foul on Jade Simpson. They tried to go into Anissa Hardy, and she is fouled. Michaela Rudolph with the entry pass. But
Wittenberg just trying to get a little bit too aggressive there. Jade Simpson tried jumping the pass, trying to force another turnover. That's exactly what Wittenberg thrives in, and that's exactly what Wittenberg does well. But sometimes by being that aggressive, you overstep the line, and that's exactly what Simpson did there.
Katie Whitaker and McKenna Baker back in lineup for Wittenberg. Jade Simpson, Kelsey Reagan going to get a rest. Claudia Cook now down on the baseline. Ryan Burton really playing tough on her right now. Claudia Cook goes up, no good. Rebound comes down to Taryn Cash. That was good defense by the Tigers.
Great defense. I like the shot they're taking there by Claudia Cook. Cook has been the only player doing anything today for Kenyon on the offensive side. Take that shot.
Evie Wolshire with another terrific pass and another assist for her. Again, she had 7 assists in the first half.
She's something special for the Tigers. Even when she's not scoring, she's also could be one of the top scorers for Wittenberg, but when she's not scoring, she's helping her team and contributing in other ways.
50-16, long three-pointer is short. Kenyon got their own rebound but throws it out to the side, and the player steps on the sideline. Evie Wolshire going to leave, Kelsey Reagan back in. Tigers up 50-16. 5:22 left to play in quarter number 3. Wittenberg hopefully on their way to win number 2 in conference play. By the way, the men were up as we looked at Kenyon, they're up 3 points at halftime, 39-36. Taryn Cash inside to Katie Whitaker. Anissa Hardy picks up the foul. She knocks it away, but she kind of went over the back of Katie Whitaker. 3 fouls now on Kenyon, 2 on Wittenberg. Back in lineup, Alyssa Guest and Rain Hamill for Kenyon. Anissa Hardy leaves, and Michaela Rudolph. Claudia Cook thought she was leaving, and they go, no, we want you out on the floor.
When you're down by 34, 5 minutes to go in the third, your time's running short, starting to run short. Claudia Cook is certainly going to be the player in there.
McKenna Baker, I think, just got fouled. Let's wait and see. Or they called on McKenna Baker.
I don't know. It looked like Claudia Cook shoved McKenna Baker there to the ground. Obviously, these officials, they're more trained than I am. They have a better viewpoint than I do. But, yeah, they're going to get McKenna Baker there for the foul.
No, they did call it on them. I'm sorry.
Okay, so it was on
Kenyon. It was on Kenyon.
Beg your pardon. That will be on Claudia Cook. And ultimately, that's the right call. Shoving a
I didn't think it was Cook, though. That must have been. So she's picked up 3 fouls. Last thing Kenyon wants is her to foul out. Shot put up, no good, but Kelsey Reagan fouls Grace Murphy. Grace Murphy's going to go to the line. So far this year, she's been to the line 4 times, and she's hit 3.
And although that wasn't a malicious foul there by Kelsey Reagan, it certainly was a foul. The offensive player was able to storm by her, and just like in the sport of football, when you have a wide receiver blow by the cornerback, you cannot hold, or else that's going to be a defensive holding or a pass interference. Same situation in basketball. Good call there going against Kelsey Reagan.
50-16, Wittenberg on top, 4:46 left in the third quarter. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
I don't need giant stadiums. I don't need to be lectured. The world telling me how it's all falling apart before I've even gotten started. What I need is my own pen. I need mentors, advisors, and brilliant minds who put just as much into my success as I do. I need more than a university. I need a partner who believes that a higher education takes all of us.
All right, back here at Payment Smith Arena. Going the foul line is Grace Murphy. Again, she's 3 for 4 from the foul line this year. And right now, Wittenberg holding a huge advantage, 50-16. And Jackson, I think we talked about in the fourth quarter comes, we'll see a lot of these players again getting some playing time, some of the girls that ordinarily don't get a lot of playing time.
Yeah, and that's certainly how you build your program. We talk about how some of the programs across the NCAA level, especially Wittenberg, they're within this conversation as well. You talk about how they are so good year in and year out, and they don't have rebuilding years, they have reloading years. It's because you have starters that can go out there and get a 30-point lead so you can have the fourth quarter led by a lot of your freshmen. That's going to be the future of your program. That's how these players developed a couple of years ago, and the players we're going to see later in this one, they're going to be in the same shoes in a couple of years.
Grace Murphy splits the free throws. Wittenberg goes down, misses a 3. Kenyon with a rebound. They have the ball with 4:20 left to play. It's 50-17.
You know, going back real quick to that.
Another turnover, man.
Going back to that statement real quick about Wittenberg's bench also going to be getting involved in the fourth quarter as well. That's also how you stay a little bit more active. That's how you can limit the level of fatigue heading into a big game on Wednesday night.
Right. Katie Whitaker with a great pass to Ryan Burton, and Ryan Burton with her 15th and 16th points. Wittenberg up 52-17. Shot put up, Rain Hamill, no good. Rebound comes down. Katie Whitaker. Claudia Cook got lucky. She didn't pick up foul number 4 there. Kelsey Reagan open for 3, left corner. Kelsey Reagan with a 3.
Big three-point there by Kelsey Reagan. Reagan, one of, if not the best three-point shooters that the Wittenberg Tigers have. That's her first one of the day. She has been a little bit silent from beyond the arc over the last couple of games, but when she hits that first one, it just starts raining for Kelsey Reagan. That's her first one of the game. I do not expect that to be her last.
Absolutely not. Wittenberg on top now, 55-17. My goodness. 38-point lead for the Tigers. Tigers, once again, Jackson, let you know, they're going to play DePaul here Wednesday night. 5 o'clock tip-off. That is going to be a good one. Come out, get out here early, and you'll see a doubleheader because after the women's game, the men are going to take on Denison. And that one's scheduled to go at probably between 7 and 7:30. So that should be a good one to come out here for on Wednesday night. Men and women's doubleheader. Second half, we take a look. Wittenberg men are on top of Kenyon, 55-44. The second half over there at Gambier, Ohio. Have you ever been to Gambier?
I've driven through it a couple of times.
Yeah. They have a beautiful facility. All right, so here we go, 55-17, 3:32 left to play, third quarter. I'm Dave Williams. He's Jackson Lightcap. Glad you're with us. Wittenberg Sports brought to you on the Wittenberg Sports Network, powered by TKDS Sports. Do a great job. Kevin Fowler, the owner, does a terrific job getting our games on.
He's all right. He's sitting right next to me, so I have to say that.
Three-pointer put up, short, didn't hit anything. That was put up by Alyssa Guest. Wittenberg with the ball. Yeah, I would think in the next 3:11 after that, I would be surprised if we see any of these starters out there again for the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Wittenberg, they have six players that they haven't even checked in on their bench as well. So, I mean, some of the players that are out right now, we're not even going to see them subbing in and out to keep the fatigue down for some of the players on the bench because they have their own rotation of their own.
Pass into Katie Whitaker by Kelsey Reagan. Somebody got their fingertips on the ball, but still Katie got it, the easy layup. And Tigers up by 40, 57-17. And so far, they've only scored 3 points this quarter. Kenyon, they got 7 in the first 2 quarters each. Three-pointer on the way, Rain Hamill, count it. Rain Hamill with a 3. And it's 57-20 now. The Owls down 37.
Beautiful look, beautiful find, and a beautiful shot.
Kelsey Reagan tries the 3, no good, but it's been that kind of day for the Kenyon Owls. Megan Lieb had the rebound, nobody around her, and she accidentally let it go through her hands. She kicked it out of bounds.
Yeah, Dave, sometimes you just have those days, and especially on a day like this where there's some nasty weather outside. Long drive here to Wittenberg. You have some bus lag as well.
Oh, yeah.
Very good Wittenberg team that's really just gotten it done. You got to give props to Wittenberg. I don't know how much of this you can put on Kenyon, but I mean Wittenberg. I think that this speaks more highly on them just being a tremendous team.
Carly Moore back in line for Wittenberg. She goes in the lane. She travels. Jabs Gaines Burns, McKenna Baker, Evie Wolshire, Katie Whitaker, and Carly Moore out there for the Tigers. Alyssa Guest, Rain Hamill, Bella Kerslovic, Michaela Rudolph, and Anissa Hardy out there for Kenyon. Michaela Rudolph, three-pointer, right corner, up and in, Michaela Rudolph. So they had not hit any threes. Now they've had back-to-back threes.
And it seems like for the first time in this game, Kenyon's finally been able to start getting an offensive rhythm, and outside of an offensive rhythm, an offensive game plan.
Back the other way, McKenna Baker drains a 3.
It is raining here at Wittenberg University.
60-23. And by the way, Kenyon now has gone by that 7-point mark. They scored 9 points this quarter. They'd love to get double digits for the quarter. Michaela Rudolph drives, and she's fouled. She's going to have a chance. Right now, she's going to the line for 2. And Michaela Rudolph is 69% free throw shooter, and she's 2 for 2 in the ball game.
Dave, do you remember the old video game? I believe it was probably around, 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago or so, called NBA Jam.
No.
Whenever you shot, if you made so many consecutive threes, the rims would catch fire.
Oh, is that right?
And you would be able to, the rims would catch fire, and they'd be easier to hit threes. It's been a long time since I played it, so I think you got an extra point by, if it was a three-pointer, it was technically 4. I don't quite know for sure on that one. It's been a long time since I played it, but yeah, these rims are on fire.
So they give you a heat check. Michaela Rudolph hit both free throws. She's now 4 for 4 from the foul line. And how about that? They have now scored 14 points in this quarter. Or make it 11, I'm sorry. 11 points in the quarter.
Right now for Kenyon, the last 11 minutes of this game, last minute of third quarter, Another turnover for Kenyon. You know, the final 10 minutes of this game, this one, they're down by 35. It's practically out of reach. What you want to do for Kenyon right now is now it's practice time. You continue to get these players some playing experience. You continue to maybe run some different sets that you worked on in practice but you haven't worked on in games. You kind of see what works and see if you can get anything clicking before their next game coming up against Oberlin on Wednesday.
McKenna Baker, another three from the corner, no good. They're calling a foul on Ryan Burton. Boy, it didn't look like much of a foul, but they call her for the foul. So the Wittenberg players out there on the floor, I think they're going to see their last 44 seconds of this game. Maybe Baker might get a little bit more. Well, no, Carly Moore will too, probably. I think a lot of the players, their day's going to be over after the third quarter. Nissa Hardy at the line where she is a 68% free throw shooter. Free thrown away, up and in. Hit the front of the rim, kissed off the glass, and fell through. Taking a look at the men, they're up 12 points with 9 minutes to go. And Gamber's free throw too strong. Rebound Evie Wolshire. 41 seconds to play in the third quarter. Jasmine Gaines Burns, drive, shot up with the left hand, up and in.
Beautiful drive, beautiful left-hand finish, and a beautiful Euro step on the inside to create an open shot. Jasmine Gaines Burns, we talk about what she's been able to bring to the table this season for the Wittenberg Tigers, and that's just really the tip of the iceberg.
62-26. We have 18 seconds to play in the third quarter. Wittenberg in a zone now. 10 seconds to play. Ball in the corner. Claudia Cook. Back to Michaela Rudolph. Bella Kerslovic, three-pointer, no good. Carly Moore going to throw one up at the buzzer. Hit the backboard, but nothing else. So we've played 30 minutes in the books here at Pam F. Smith Arena. Wittenberg on top, 62-26. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this.
I'm thrilled to be at Wittenberg at this time and place, as the university is perfectly positioned to welcome an esports program like none other. Wittenberg's impressive athletics tradition and Tiger Up spirit, mixed with a strong commitment to student success, will allow for a program that competes at the highest level while also caring deeply for each player, both personally and professionally. Esports at Wittenberg will not only be about gaming, but will also be about changing the game. Together, we will build a supportive, dynamic community as we bring our own distinct light to the global phenomenon of esports right here in Springfield, Ohio. It's time to Tiger Up. Let's go.
All right, welcome back here to Pam F. Smith Arena. The last 10 minutes, Claudia Cook going to inbound to Alyssa Guest. She's out there with Grace Murphy, Bella Kerslovic, and Anissa Hardy for Wittenberg. Well, I was wrong. Wittenberg has a lot of their starters still out there. Grace Murphy just got fouled. Got Kelsey Reagan, got Taryn Cash, they've got McKenna Baker, they've got Jade Simpson, and they got Ryan Burton out there.
I'm sure that Wittenberg and the coaching staff down on the sideline, I'm sure that they've seen something that they did not like, that they're going to try to use these first couple minutes to work on it so that they are perfectly in tune and in sync with each other before their game against DePaul on Wednesday. They're probably just going to work some different sets out, just as I said for Kenyon. You know, Kenyon, this is the time where you see what clicks, what doesn't click. Wittenberg, they might try some new things on the offensive and defensive side to see if they could run it against DePaul. The reserves, they should be entering the game here before too long.
Alyssa Guest split the free throws, and 62-27. McKenna Baker, three from the corner, no good. But she is fouled by Claudia Cook. Just picked up her fourth foul. McKenna Baker is going to go to the line for 3 free throws.
And, you know, as I was just talking about, you want to maybe run some different sets. You want to run some different plays to see if it can work against DePaul. Remember, McKenna Baker earlier in this game, she shot a 3. It was an air ball. That was the only 3-point shot she took. And it's obviously that the Wittenberg coaching staff and Wittenberg as a whole very confident in her 3-point shooting. The reason why the starters are out there is to maybe give her some more sets where she's getting open threes, just like that one. She missed the shot, but she was also found in the act of shooting. So that could also be something that Wittenberg's trying to work on over the next few minutes.
McKenna Baker hits 2 out of the 3 free throws, so she is now 3 for 6 on the year because she was 1 for 3 before that. She leaves. Evie Wolshire back in. Tigers up 64-27. 9:35 to play in this one. All over but the shouting, as Jackson said. Wittenberg going to work on a few things. Kenyon trying to finish strong, but another turnover. Boy, poor Kenyon. Nice assist again. Evie Wolshire with another assist. Evie Wolshire, now that's her 10th assist. She had 9 after 3 quarters. She got an assist there. Number 10. Wittenberg up 66-27. Taryn Cash with another steal. Taryn Cash goes down. Taryn Cash scores.
Kenyon, they have been way too sloppy with the basketball, and I think that may be an understatement. I mean, Wittenberg, this defense, we knew it was good, but to a point, it's Kenyon just making their own mistakes as well.
68-27. We look at turnovers, and Kenyon's had 20. Wittenberg, what a great game. They've only had 5 turnovers, Jackson. And remember, turnovers have been kind of their bugaboo this year, so good job. Claudia Cook puts up a 3. Claudia Cook scored 9 points early. She's still at 9.
Yeah, Wittenberg has done a great job being able to collapse in on her and has been able to really throw off her rhythm since that first quarter. And I talked about this earlier in the broadcast that you want to have Claudia Cook step up because then Wittenberg's going to close on her, and then you need some other playmakers around Claudia Cook to step up around her. That has not happened. Claudia Cook had done her job. She had the first 7 points in this game for the Lady Owls of Kenyon, and now since then she's had 2 points. She's done her point trying to establish her rhythm. Wittenberg now, focal point is Claudia Cook. Nobody else has been able to step up for Kenyon.
And we're starting to get the players, Olivia Campbell and Sammy Welty, now in the lineup for Wittenberg. That's Olivia Campbell into Sammy Welty, and the ball gets out of bounds. So they turn it over. And let's see, we have, looks like 20, well, let's see, Alyssa Guest is still out there. Looks like Claudia Cook is still out there. Michaela Rudolph, Bella Kerslovic, and I think Alyssa Guest. Kayla Rudolph. To Alyssa Guest, that is Megan Lieb. Megan Lieb with the basketball, bounce pass. Nice pass, Claudia Cook. Claudia Cook now in double figures. She hits that layup.
Announcer's jinx, we were just talking about her.
Yeah.
It's a true thing, Dave.
Nice pass. Taryn Cash to Jade Simpson. Great pass, Jade with a bucket. And Tigers up 70-29, 7:25 to go in this ball game.
Wittenberg has some more reserves looking to check into the game as well. So it seems like Wittenberg, and they're content with how this game went. They feel like everything's in good order heading in for their Wednesday night showdown against DePaul.
Once again, that's 5 o'clock Wednesday night. Shot put up by Alyssa Guest, no good. Rebound to Wittenberg. Evie Wolshire pass to Jade Simpson, back to Evie. Evie back to Taryn Cash. What a great game Evie Wolshire's had with the passes. Taryn Cash has also played a good game on the floor.
Great ball movement there by Wittenberg to get the most open shot there by Simpson. Simpson just off the mark. Again, she's been off the mark, it seems like, today offensively, but the impact that she's had in this game, it's not going to necessarily speak in the stats, but it's definitely been her defensive presence. She has been tremendous at the defensive end of the floor.
Pass knocked away by Taryn Cash. It's been a tough day again with a. All right, we got more subs coming in. It's like Alexia Peterson. And I think that's Maya Johnson coming in. Maya's got that long hair, blocks her number. But now remember, she's a young lady with the long hair. Timeout. Sometimes when you get those numbers, Blake, you got to try and figure a way to figure that out. 70-29. Jackson, hope you had a great New Year's, and we're here in 2024, believe it or not. It's
hard to believe that it's already 2024, and it's also the first month of the new year. And actually,
Yes.
you and I were talking before the broadcast. We share a birthday month.
Yeah, absolutely. Jackson's birthday is next Monday. You share a birthday with Elvis. And
He shares a birthday with me, Dave. Let's get.
gotcha.
Let's set the record straight.
All right.
He shares a birthday with me. Yours is January
Flacco.
16th with
January
Joe Flacco.
6th, Joe
But
Flacco.
Joe Flacco shares a birthday with the great Dave Williams.
Yeah.
We have to make that all clear. Elvis shares a birthday with me. I don't
Yeah.
share a birthday with him because I don't share things. And Dave,
All right. We're wacko for Joe Flacco at our house.
Joe Flacco shares a birthday.
That's right.
With you.
With me.
'Cause I'm sure you don't share things either.
That's right. And Albert Pujols also shares a birthday with me.
Okay, well, Albert Pujols is a little different.
Yeah.
I think everybody shares a birthday with Albert
Pujols.
One of the greatest baseball players of all time.
Oh,
He was my
absolutely.
idol growing up.
Oh, is that right? Are you a Tiger? Or, a Cardinal fan?
I was a Reds fan, and he destroyed the
okay.
Reds.
Oh, yeah, he did.
But, watching him, he was one of my idols growing up.
Foul on the Tigers. Kenyon ball out of bounds. Believe it or not, 2.5 months we'll be playing baseball.
Pitchers and catchers report here
Yeah,
in
February.
just, I believe, 5 weeks from now,
Yeah.
February 14th.
Anissa Hardy with a shot. Turn around, but it was too short. Rebound Wittenberg. Evie Wolshire directing some traffic.
College baseball, their regular season's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
start in a month.
Yes.
In the snow.
They'll be playing, a lot of them will be playing in Florida, though.
Yeah.
Foul. Yeah, I helped coach baseball at Kenton Ridge for years. I remember one year we played, and the game started, it was like 27 degrees. It was crazy.
Man.
But Drake Beals was there. He was the Ohio State coach, and he wanted to come watch one of our kids play. That's the only reason we played.
I had a similar story. It was my sophomore year. I was playing JV. We had a game at Tip City. I went to Fairmont, Fairmont High School in Kettering. We played at Tip City, and that was one of my off days that I had scheduled. I was usually catcher. I had an off day for that day. And I remember I sat in the dugout. It was so cold, and it
Anissa Hardy with a layup real quick.
snowed so hard in that game that you couldn't. We were on the first base dugout. You couldn't see past third base. That's how bad it was snowing in that
crazy?
game. We had a snow delay. You hear rain delays in
yeah.
baseball, no snow delays. We had one that day.
Well, in the 80s, I took my kids to opening day, and the Reds were playing appropriately enough Montreal when the Expos were still in Montreal. And there was 2 snow delays in that game.
Man.
But rebound, Wittenberg shot put up, no good. Rebound by the Tigers, going the line. I think that's going to be, let's see. Olivia Campbell's going to go to the line. And Olivia this year is 2 for 2 from the foul line. Yeah, they had 2 snow delays, and 10 minutes. The sun would come out, and 10 minutes later, snow would all be gone.
That's Ohio for you.
Yeah.
Certainly Ohio. I know that we're all talking baseball, and baseball is a great sport. I'm sure we're excited for this, but I know that probably all the basketball fans out there are listening are saying, especially Wittenberg, because Wittenberg, they're not ready for baseball season because this is a team that I've mentioned in the NCAC. They can make some noise, especially if they've played how they have played over the last couple of games. This is a team that can truly win and make some noise in the NCAC, and even outside of the NCAC, this is a team that can make some noise in all of NCAA Division III basketball.
Olivia Campbell splits the free throws. We're down to 5 minutes playing our ball game. Now we have a travel called. Well, I tell you, Kenyon, again's really had a lot of turnovers today. They had 20 coming into the fourth quarter. Evie Wolshire with the basketball. Over there to Hope Orders in the lineup for Wittenberg. Pass goes in, Sammy Weldy, but stolen away.
What's nice for Wittenberg, too, these are the reserves that are getting some playing time. They're going up against some of the starters right now for Kenyon, just because Kenyon, they only have 8 players, that have checked into this game. So there are a couple starters out there right now for the Owls of Kenyon. So Wittenberg, they're getting some good playing time against some quality experience and some quality starters for the Owls.
3-pointer put up. Hope Orders with a 3-pointer. How about that? By the way, down the other end, Sammy Weldy with a big rebound. Started that stretch down the lane. By the way, Wittenberg, game's gotten closer in Gambier. Men are up 66-60. 3-pointer put up the other way. by Michaela Rudolph, no good. Hope Orders with the basketball.
Hope Orders, we've now seen her back-to-back game, or
Here we
back-to-back.
go, another three, no good this time.
We've now seen her back-to-back home games for the Wittenberg Tigers, and every time she's been out there, she's proving that she deserves more playing time and deserves to be in that consistent rotation for Wittenberg. She has been absolutely tremendous off the bench, but the problem is, Wittenberg, they have too many players that have just been tremendous. That's not a problem. That's a good thing to have.
She's from Bishop Ready High School over in Columbus. Shot put up and in by Michaela Rudolph, and she's got a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. She's now in double figures with 11 points. Nisa Hardy back in lineup. It's good to see these young ladies get some playing time. Evie Walshire is going to leave the lineup. What a great game she had today, assist-wise. Wow.
She was tremendous.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say she was tremendous. I mean, what she was been able to do, again, the scoring, it's been a common theme for Wilshire. Obviously, the scoring hasn't quite been there. We saw her get a little frustrated back last week against Franciscan, but at the same time, her ability to be able to contribute and help her team in other categories and other situations just speaks highly on the type of player she is and what she brings to the Wittenberg Tigers.
Olivia Campbell inside, shot put up, no good. Maya Johnson put the shot up. Goes out of bounds to Kenyon. We got 3 minutes and 3 seconds left. Wittenberg on top, 74-34. Kayla Rudolph with the basketball. Now we have a whistle. We're going to have a foul on Wittenberg. I think Hope Orders picked it up. No, it was Alexia Peterson. Grace Murphy's going to go to the line where she was 3 for 4 coming into the game, but she's 1 for 2 today. Make it 1 for 3. So she is now 4 for 7 from the foul line in the season. Make it 5 for 8. She splits the 3 throws, like she did earlier. 74-35. Alexia Peterson inside. Three-pointer, Hope Orders from the corner, no good. Rebound loose. Coming down with it, Megan Lieb. To Michaela Rudolph. Claudia Cook out of the game. Getting ready to check in the lineup is Sky Shepard for Kenyon. She is a freshman. Now almost a steal by the Tigers. In fact, it is a steal. Hope Orders going down, lays it off the glass, up and in.
Hope Orders, she's going to be the one with that steal and with that put-in, but ultimately the play was blown up and disrupted there by, I believe that was Maya Johnson, the 5'9 freshman guard from Jeffersonville, Indiana. She was the original player for the Tigers to get her paws and get her mitts on the ball. Was able to really blow up the play on the defensive end.
Sammy Weldy scores on the layup, and a nice steal by Alexia Peterson, and she made the nice assist pass. Sammy Weldy scores. 78-35, back the other way. Nisa Hardy's going to be fouled. She's going to go to the line for 2.
Foul on the play is called number 34.
Alexia Peterson picks up the foul. In the lineup, Sky Shepard now for Kenyon. She's played, but has not attempted a shot yet this year of any sort. Shot put up and in by Nisa Hardy. She now has 6. Minute 31 left to play in this one. Second free throw on the way, no good. Rebound comes down to Maya Johnson. Hope Orders. Going to put up 3, top of the key. Count it! Hope Orders putting on a little bit of a show here in the last few minutes. She's got 8 points.
We talk about how she's making a point to get more playing time and getting the consistent rotation for the Tigers, not just in this game, but every time she's gotten into the game. I think she's now making it known that she has to be in the game for the Wittenberg Tigers. She's been absolutely terrific each and every time we've been able to see her come off the bench this season as a reserve.
Well, she has a nice shot from the outside. She picked up that foul. That's her first foul. She, once again, 5'7" freshman from Bishop Brady High School. Lives over in Grove City. Kayla Rudolph, free throw up and in. She now has 13 points in a ball game. Missed the second free throw. Less than a minute to play, 81-37. Hope Orders had the basketball. Three-pointer on the way, no good, Alexia Peterson. We're going to have a jump ball. I think it will remain with Wittenberg because Kenyon had the ball to start the fourth quarter, and that's the first jump ball of the quarter, first held possession. Ivy Campbell going to inbound. Maya Johnson, bounce pass, outside. Shot put up from inside the top of the key. No good. That was by Sammy Weldy. All right, so we're down to 29 seconds playing our ball game. $20 to play. Kenyon with the basketball. Got a 2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. I don't think you're going to see Wittenberg shoot again. Shot put up. That is no good by Sky Shepard, so that's her first shot of the year. Didn't hit anything, so a violation. Wittenberg's just going to dribble this one out. Okay, your final score here this afternoon, our final in our game. The Wittenberg Tigers 81 and the Kenyon Owls 37. By the way, over in Gambier, men holding on to a 6-point lead with 1:56 to play. Hopefully we're going to get some stats up here. We'll give you our final stat numbers for the game. See, they're down there waiting to get them. And Logan, another blowout, but I think the blowout's in Wednesday. Wittenberg will have quite a game on their hands against DePaul. When those two teams get together, it's always a barn burner.
Yeah, going to be two of the top teams in the NCAC. And as you mentioned a little bit before earlier in the broadcast, it seems like every time DePaul and Wittenberg squares up against each other when it comes to women's basketball, not just women's basketball, let's talk about every single sport that they play in. It's a rivalry game. And when you get a rivalry game, there's a lot more passion that's down on the floor. There's a lot more emotion down on the floor, and the Wittenberg Tigers, they're coming off playing some of their best basketball thus far on the season. This is a dangerous team, but also don't discredit what DePaul's been able to do, because DePaul, they're one of the top teams in the NCAC. So when you have two of the top teams in conference who are rivals, it's going to be an emotional, it's going to be a passionate game, and it's going to be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, I think they just looked up and told us for some reason they're not printing out final stats. So we apologize for that. So let's go over to final scoring. We do have that. We think it's unofficial, but Rain Hamill got 3 points. 2 points today for Grace Murphy. Michaela Rudolph ended up with 13 points today, 2 for Alyssa Guest, 11 for Claudia Cook, and 6 today for Nisa Hardy. For Wittenberg, again, we apologize. We didn't have any final stats for you, but evidently just didn't print them out. Kelsey Reagan ended the day with 7 points. Katie Whitaker had 8. Jade Simpson today had 6. Yeah, we saw thanks. 2 points for Sammy Weldy, 1 point each for Carly Moore and Olivia Campbell. 8 points for Hope Orders. How about Hope Orders off the bench getting those 8? Evie Wolshire with 3, but what a great, she had at least 10 assists
She
today.
also tied the assist record for Wittenberg as well.
Do you know how many she ended up with?
I do
I know
not.
she had at least 10.
I was just told that from the stats guy. They're
That's
trying
great.
to get some. They're trying to get something for the printer. They'll have it out shortly. But
okay, that's
he ran up here and he was able to inform me that Evie Wolshire has tied the record for assists.
Well, that's great. 16 today for Ryan Burton to lead the way. Jasmine Gaines-Burns ended with 13. McKenna Baker with 7 in the ball game. And today, 9 points for Taryn Cass. So Another great game for Tigers today. They win 81-37. They are now 2-0 in conference play. And as we look at the Wittenberg men, there's a minute 15 to play over in Gambier. That game has gotten much closer. Wittenberg holding on to a 3-point lead at 71-68. So Jackson Lightcap, thanks so much again for your help today. Always good to have you. Kevin Fowler, want to thank him. TKDS Sports. You're listening to Wittenberg Basketball on Wittenberg Sports Network, powered by TKDS Sports. And we hope you had a great time today listening to this one. I'm Dave Williams. He's Jackson Lightcap. Again, our final score. Before we give you our final score, I want to remind you, Wednesday night, doubleheader right here. Wittenberg women taking on DePaul at 5. The men will take on the Denison men immediately following. So our final score today here at Pam M. Smith Arena, it's Wittenberg 81 and Kenyon 37. Good afternoon, everyone.